And here's what I would like to say to you, Rabbi, since you're quoting scripture, okay? The one that's relevant to me is, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. And if you'd like to dive into a little more scripture, I think what's relevant is Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. And I'm speaking directly to you, Rabbi Shmuley. The fact that you would try to say, I am Jewish, and this is what I believe, and do and say the things that you are doing. People can see and hear evil, and what you are doing right now is an act of evil. The lies that you are telling, not just on me, but also on my family members, are a good example for the world to see what we are referring to when we call something radical Zionism.
Yeah, Candace, those verses you quoted there, which in your context was against Israel's recent war efforts in Gaza, they were actually from the prophet Isaiah to Israel. You're that unaware that you don't even know the context behind those verses. And yes, this is the same Israel who you somehow mentally disassociate from your Christian heritage. As for the synagogue of Satan verses, that phrase is often misunderstood by Christians, and you just proved it with your accusatory tone towards the rabbi. It's actually a metaphor for those who oppose God's work, that is God's Torah, and falsely claim spiritual authority, but they will ultimately come to realize God's truth. And if you're Christian like me, that includes Jesus.
See any saving grace as a human being?
You know, I think I will pray for him. I will pray for his conversion into Christianity.
So you want him to convert to Christianity, huh? I get it that you might have your personal reasons for disliking Rabbi Shmuley. And yeah, the guy's got some flaws too. But after you've attacked him, do you really think he's going to be interested in hearing more about Christianity? Seriously? I'd rather you learn more in detail about the New Testament verses Rabbi Shmuley cites in the end. That is?
Jesus said clearly that you cannot approach him except through the Jews. He said that the Jews are the root and Christians are the branch. The fact that we in the community consider her the #1 anti-Semite in America means that she cannot relate to Jesus. So I'm saying become a Christian. That's a nice, very nice thing to say. The fact that Jesus said, I am sent only to the lost sheep of Israel.
You see, Candace, when Jesus said he was being sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, keyword being only, that was because it was his mission for his people, the Jewish people, not Gentiles. I'm a Gentile too, but that's a fact in those verses. But Jesus was clearly impressed by the humility of the Gentile woman in the verses Shmuley cited. He healed her daughter because of her humility. Of course, not before he called her a dog. Yeah, that's the part us Gentile Christians tend to shy away from. Even St. Paul says in the book of Romans, we Gentiles are like wild olive branches grafted into the original tree meant for the Jewish people. Now, I could talk a ton about verses that come straight out of the Talmud, stuff Jesus himself used, but Christians think he invented, like the Sabbath was made for man. Verses in Mark 2:27. For Christians, the Talmud is a big collection of Jewish teachings in a nutshell. But Candace, seriously stop being an embarrassment to Christians who know the basics of the Bible. One of the first things any Christian learns is to support Israel. I get it. Your conversion to your husband's version of Catholicism might come with some anti-Semitic views. Good for you.